was a 6.0. These
guys just broke into my car in San Francisco and stole my backpack.
See, even this guy is getting broken into. Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, it's.
These guys just broke into my car in San Francisco and stole my backpack. But what they'll soon find out is that thanks to some high-tech glitter and fart spray delivery mechanisms, that's no ordinary backpack.
Ain't nobody back here, right?
And this guy's also trying to break into my car, but what he doesn't realize is those are bulletproof windows, because that's just funny. Every year, 20,000 cars are broken into in the city of San Francisco. But who's behind all these break-ins? Like, is it organized crime?
Who the leave their backpack in their car in San Francisco of all places? I mean, you shouldn't do that, but you also shouldn't have to worry about this, right? Like, this is crazy. Like it's not even just backpacks. They'll steal anything that's like worth any sort of remotely any value.
And then what happens to all the stuff that they steal? Well, just like when we use the power of glitter to infiltrate and shut down those terrible scam call centers in India, I'm happy to report that having teamed up with a veteran investigative reporter and gotten our bait car broken into 25 separate occasions over the past 8 months, we now have a much clearer picture of what's going on and even some thoughts on how to stop it. And as this video is the conclusive finale to the whole Glitterbomb series, this time for reals, I'm so happy to report that we finally got some really good reactions to that perfectly harmless, yet wretchedly abhorrent fart spray, including one that's not too far off from Macaulay Culkin's here. Now, if you haven't seen any of my other Glitterbomb videos, the 15-second recap is that 5 years ago,
replacing the window is probably the worst cost of stolen things. Yeah, so what people started doing in San Francisco is they'll leave all their doors unlocked and they'll roll the windows down and they'll open the trunk. And they'll do this so that like people won't break their windows. Basically as a go ahead and rob me, there's nothing in my car. Like, how ridiculous is that? Like, that's crazy.
Package for my porch, which inspired me to combine my engineering skills with my Christmas time affinity for Kevin McAllister. Yes. And that not only led to different versions of Glitterbomb bait packages that would spin, spray, flash, stick, punch, or fly, but it eventually led us over to India, where we ended up infiltrating, then shutting down 5 of those terrible scam call centers. But Mark, you object. You said last year was the final Glitterbomb, and that was true. Until earlier this year, I had the unfortunate realization that glitter and fart spray hadn't solved all forms of crime worldwide when my own car was broken into.
I'm missing a window. Not cool, San Francisco. Not cool.
That also made me—
I'm telling you, when I'm saying that San Francisco is a shithole, I've seen it. It literally is like that. Like, you can't, like, nobody wants to even, like, it's so hard to, like, go there, basically, because then you're always worried. When you walk around, you're worried, like, oh my God, it's like my car getting broken into, and, like, you're worried about this constant, am I gonna get robbed?
Realize our 11th hour cobbled together car package last year never got enough footage to uncover who was actually behind all the San Francisco car break.
Wait, is this a new one? I don't think I've seen this one, actually. Maybe I have.
So 10 months ago, for one final time, we completely redesigned the Glitterbomb from the ground up, only this time it would be custom built just for cars. For starters, instead of using centrifugal force to fire the glitter, this year we'd be using 900 PSI of compressed gas. Because if you take a CO2 bike tire inflator and attach a pipe to the outlet, then connect a high torque servo motor to the opening valve, and then repeat that configuration and stack them on top of each other, well then when you load those pipes with copious amounts of biodegradable glitter and fart spray, and then trigger the servo motors, that highly compressed CO2 is gonna very quickly push out anything in the pipe that gets in its way. At the core, we still have a custom printed circuit board that will make all the decisions for the device, in addition to talking to us via a two-way cellular connection. Then we slap on a car horn for good measure, and place that whole compact form factor into the base of a custom sewn backpack with external access to the outlet nozzle. Like in years past, we'll still capture footage using a pair of phones that get tucked into the sides, with the added benefit of serving as the backpack GPS and the speakers for the countdown timer. And once these backpacks are stolen, they'll of course be on the move all over the place. And since there's no guarantee we're gonna get them back, for the 3rd year in a row, we turn to my friends at T-Mobile to make sure no matter what, we get the footage from the cloud, given the complete coverage and crazy speeds of their network that I've actually gone out and benchmarked myself before. Fine.
At 4L says, this is just crazy to me because I never lock my doors. I always leave my key in the commission. Oh, in the ignition? You can't do that in California. They'll steal your car. If you go to a gas station and you leave like your car in the ignition, you leave your key in the ignition, people can steal it. In fact, I saw that happen live. There was a high-speed chase that we were watching where that literally happened. Like a person like pulled into a gas station, then just jumped into someone else's car, and like their key was still in the ignition, and they just left with their car basically.
Finally, we lock up the bottom compartment to prevent tampering, then use a rubber stopper glued to a patch to plug and conceal the outlets. Then as a decoy to divert suspicion, we got some clothes and a bunch of old non-functional—
Isn't this illegal because of trapping and shit? No, because it's not harmful. It's not like it doesn't like hurt you.
laptops to place in each bag. We also created a second version with a suitcase form factor and identical guts in case word got out about the backpacks. Then the car itself has 8 hidden dash cams, all powered by a 2,000 watt-hour camping battery in the trunk that also plugs into the backpack with 2 barrel jacks. One to keep the entire device and both phones at 100% charge until stolen, and the other to serve sort of as a digital tripwire, so the backpack knows exactly when it was stolen to initiate the stolen bag protocol. We also served up 2 more surprises this year by first creating a bait car with impossible to break polycarbonate windows, which is the same stuff bulletproof glass is made of.
That's so fucking
also
troll.
has the added benefit of a microphone in the trunk for detecting when someone's trying to break the window, which will of course release the air in this tank, triggering this pneumatic piston with a special surprise on the end. And as a final idea, we took an actual gaming laptop, removed the extra fan, and in its place added a GPS tracker that would continuously stay charged by using the laptop battery. That way we'd always know where it was, even if they wiped the hard drive. The thought here was to put that laptop in a backpack to actually get stolen with no glitter involved. And then with the help of Dan Noyes, who spent 30 years as the chief investigative journalist for the San Francisco ABC 7 News team, we could trace the laptop's footsteps to try and get some answers.
Man, that's
After
crazy.
a couple of months of designing, testing, and building, we put them out in a few different cars, and we waited. And we didn't have to wait long. But before I subject you to gratuitous amounts of broken glass, I'm gonna start off with a little broken glass of my own. 3, 2, 1. Nice shot, Eloise. I'm Mark Rober, and for over—
This is for his
It means you know fucker play trying until—
for Crunch Labs.
and that unlocks creative—
He's got like an engineering program called Crunch Labs. Like you could teach kids like it's like gifts that you can give to kids, so like they can build like their own engineering stuff. It's pretty cool.
fun. You're gonna love that you're having a ton of fun at the same time. So
All right, here we go.
and reserve yours. You nailed it, Gabe.
Okay.
I got it wrote for us.
If you talk about this parking lot,
Yes, and there's
And we're
2
going
more.
in there.
Yes, and there's 2 more parking lots going down the street that we gotta hit.
I just don't know what bag.
Sorry, baby.
Back here, right?
It shouldn't be.
I smell it now.
Me too. I'm smelling something. I claim whatever though.
I kind of I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I claim whatever. Is that shit back there?
Go. It don't matter. Just go.
He can't bip it. He can't bip
Do the other one. They got the. Stay, baby. Stay. Now. Shut up. Come on. Stay.
it. Pull up in front of him.
No, stay. Look at the.
No! I got it. On the front. No, stay, bro. Get in the car, money. Get in the front seat.
Fuck.
It's okay. Get it. It's okay. Why you get in the bag?
No, let him get in the front. Let him get in the front so it's quick, bro.
Get in the front. Open your door. No, that suitcase is not gonna fit through my shit.
Let's go.
Go left. Keep searching. We're going back to the. Oh, you heard that sound.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
And we were surprised to learn that more than half of the steals weren't from thieves traveling in cars. But that still leads them to developing their own strategies. For example, this guy here has already scoped out and wants to steal our backpack. The problem is, all these people over here would see him. That is, unless he just waits for the perfectly timed obstruction.
Dang. That's next level, dude.
This guy not only has an official construction worker type vest on, but his technique is to break in on foot, then walk his newfound treasures back to his car, where he can now discreetly lean in through the window to see what he got, which probably works out really well 99% of the time.
Yeah,
But
on the
it's
fucking
hilariously
scooter.
the worst possible strategy in this case. because in the end, he leaves the backpack behind
9,
and drives off, having stolen just our fart spray and glitter. And one thing all the thieves had in common was how quickly they could break the glass, which is actually surprisingly difficult to do if you don't have the right technique, because all car windows are made from tempered glass.
They basically have like a spike on their glove, exerts like the pressure into like one single point, and that's how they shatter
By
it.
the way, as far as inventions go, is an incredible feat of engineering, because it not only makes the glass much harder to break, but if it does break, it shatters into harmless pebbles that aren't going to leave deep cuts. The one Achilles heel to tempered glass, however, is it's extremely vulnerable to highly concentrated points of stress. So while this window can easily withstand my soccer ball, baseball, and even wrench, if I take a simple spark plug and harvest just the ceramic insulating part, the sharp, ultra-hard aluminum oxide is able to create a tiny localized stress point on the window, and that's all it takes.
Yep.
And that's why in every case, they're using some form of this spark plug in a handle form, where the tip is a really sharp piece of ceramic or hardened steel, at which point it doesn't take much force at all. And since it's typically so easy for them, while the pop-up face didn't activate because of a dead battery issue, it was still really heartwarming to see them deal with our bulletproof window.
He's like, what the fuck?
When a juicy piece of luggage was just sitting right in plain sight, only to eventually
He
leave
should have put like a fake PlayStation box in there.
in frustration, totally empty. And to be fair, quite a few of the break-ins were from individuals it would be a stretch to classify as seasoned professional. For example, this guy tried to use a blowtorch to break the window, which definitely isn't it. He eventually finds a screwdriver to snap the edge of the glass, but then realizes he broke the wrong window and the backpack won't fit out. So he goes to unlock and open the door, but now he set off the alarm. So he has to ride off to avoid suspicion
Oh my
with mission
God.
unaccomplished. Or there's this guy who spends about an hour tracking the car, pacing back and forth to come up with a plan and work up the courage to make the steal. Only to eventually learn this hopeful life lesson.
By the way, this is why all the drug shit is not good. Even if like, this is also kind of like why I'm not like libertarian. This drug stuff is not good because it causes people to do this shit out of desperation because they want more drugs. And that's why I'm not for legalizing them all. He tried consoles in the last video. They were too obvious to steal and they left them. I see.
On taking stuff that isn't yours.
The smell just keeps getting stronger and stronger. It's on my hands, look.
Now before I end this video, and
Levis is seeing stuff like this really helps me believe the U.S. has the highest crime rate between first world countries. Well, around here, it varies it varies a lot depending on where you live. So some places are like in America, because America is so big and each place has like very vastly different culture. Some places have like really low crime rates, while like some places are like insanely high.
the whole Glitter Bomb series for that matter, with hands down the best reaction to the fart spray we've ever got in 6 years. I want to revisit the question Dan and I hope to answer through all these break-ins in the first place with regards to
What Sergic says, it's mostly localized to very small areas in America. Yeah, mostly big cities.
behind these and why.
And the
I'll
areas
start by
around
saying,
them.
Typically on the news, you'll see organized groups like this because that just looks really intimidating. But that was much more of a rare occurrence in our experience. More than 80% of our steals were just individuals acting on their own. So like not some kind of organized gang operation. And a majority of the 80% that were individuals honestly didn't seem like they even did this very often. So then why are they doing it? Well, as we were trying to figure that
All right,
out
let's find
ourselves,
out.
we sort of hit a breakthrough on
You guys think it's drugs? It's probably drugs.
our GPS tracking laptop. Because after it was stolen, it came to this location for about a half a day, but then after that, it
Texas alone is about half the size of Europe, says my mom.
made its way over to this neighborhood, and that's where it's been ever since. But the thing is, Dan recognized that first spot because he did a news report more than a month and a half earlier when he told the story of a video producer who tracked his stolen gear there because the thieves knew it was a fencing operation where they could quickly exchange the gear for money.
He's on the phone with a San Francisco police officer.
I see.
Sees his camera gear arrive at this location in the 300 block of Leavenworth.
And he goes, oh yeah, that's a known major fencing operation.
Wait, what? If that's excuse me? That's a known major fencing operation in broad daylight? Why is it still there? Hold up. Am I the only one that thinks this is fucking insane? What? They just leave it there? God, these people are, jeez, dude, holy fuck. What do we pay these people for? What are the taxes even for at this point? What are they for? Huh? What are they for? This is the whole reason that you pay taxes.
Everybody in the Bay Area knows that they can bring their stolen goods and offload them there.
And look, there's a whole host of things that leads to 20,000 cars per year getting broken into and people taking stuff that isn't theirs. And some of the core issues down here are super complicated and require nuance and public policy to address. But right below people stealing from cars are these fencing markets. There's a demand for these stolen goods.
Holy
so it feels
shit.
like shutting down these markets
They're just selling it in broad daylight.
and not having a place to exchange stolen goods for money so incredibly easily would go a long ways to stopping car break-ins. This is also why you see people stealing things like soap and toiletries from a place like Walgreens. The thief doesn't need that much soap, but when he knows he can easily turn it into real money in less than an hour, you eventually get stores that look like this, or just permanently have to shut down altogether. And I can't imagine—
Yeah, and who does this fuck over, guys? When a store like that gets robbed to shit and they have to close down, now you have the situation with the Safeway. With the Safeway closing down, and now people are like, oh, I can't buy food anymore because like now I live in a food desert. It's because of this shit. It's because you let this shit happen.
I'm telling the city something they don't already know, but when you have a public news report about a spot apparently everyone knows you can go to sell stolen items, and then 1.5 months later, my laptop goes to the exact
What the fuck?
same spot to be sold, it certainly feels like more could be done here to remove the incentive for the break-ins and store thefts to occur in the first place. And so with that, I'll leave you with this. And I feel it's—
I'm just making sure because my mom said, I think you're thinking of Alaska, mommy. I don't think you're thinking of Texas because I don't think Texas is that big compared to Europe. Europe is kind of big still. Yeah, because if you're counting, I guess if you're counting Western Europe, then yeah. But if you're counting like, you know, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Ukraine, like Romania, like then it's not. I think you're thinking Alaska. Alaska fits what you said, not Texas. I'm just trying to make sure that that's right there.
very important to point out here that this fart spray is perfectly harmless to breathe. It just truly smells really, really bad. Because after breaking not one, but two of our windows, he yells out a racial slur ostensibly at an innocent bystander. And in the most
reminds me of like that fucking Dave Chappelle, Dave Chappelle, where like what was it the Wu-Tang Clan became Asian and they all said like konnichiwa bitches or something.
perfect definition of instant karma ever. 2 minutes later, the dry heaving ensues.
Toss it. I'm gonna toss it. Stop driving. Stop driving.
Did some people say that to me, konnichiwa? No. The only time that something like that happened was in Los Angeles, and it was a car. It was a car of black people, and they went da na 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 like that. It was kind of whatever, honestly. Thank you, Fiada, for the gift sub to Fenna. Thank you.
Recovery sequence initiated.
Oh my god, he puked.
So that's it. My official final wrap on the whole series. And if you've been keeping score at home, we've had 167 Porch Pirates Glitterbomb.
Holy crap! I want to see it again.
I'm gonna toss it. Stop driving. Stop driving.
Holy fuck.
Recovery sequence initiated.
So that's it. My official final wrap on the whole series. And if you've been keeping score at home, we've had 167 Porch Pirates Glitterbomb themselves, as well as 29 car thieves. We've returned $50,000 to elderly scam victims, and had 5 scam call centers shut down, with 53 of those scammers arrested. So thanks for watching and sharing these heartwarming videos over the years. And of course, a final thank you farewell to these two, without which none of this would have ever happened.
Isn't that crazy though? Like how much people get broken into in San Francisco? Isn't that wild? It's so crazy.